Hey, what's up, guys? Alan here with eatsleeptrade.net. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. We are going to go over the watch list coming into the first week of March, or the week of March 2nd, 2015. We've recently just added a watch list results page to our website, so if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. You can get to it from the home page. Basically, it just outlists the top performing stocks for each month. So the month of January and the month of February is up now, so make sure you guys check that out. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a second to go over the watch list for this week. Alright guys, welcome back. First up on the list is going to be the carryover stocks from the previous week, and the first one on here is PTX. Probably one of my favorite plays from last week. We first noticed this stock here at around 922 when it broke higher. We did a chart update on this one on February 25th, outlining our next area of resistance here at 1093, as well as discussing our break of previous resistance here at 997. And we did think there was going to be at least one more day with good volume to push us up to this 1093 area and get us well above that overbought area on the RSI, and that is exactly what we got. As you can see, we failed to close above that 1093 area as it acted as resistance. Coming in on Friday, same thing, minor sell-off, nothing major. Still managed to stay below that 1093 resistance. And we could be looking at pullback coming into this thing now, and if we do see that pullback coming, then we're going to want to see this 997 area start to act as support. If you guys missed the chart update on this, I'll go ahead and put a link above so you guys can click it and check that out if you missed it or just want to get updated on it. With that being said, our short interest on this one has actually risen to 34%. Typically, when something starts squeezing, you expect to see that short interest reduce and the people start covering. Clearly, that's not happening, so maybe people are averaging up into this 1093 area, expecting that big pullback or drop down. Still very bullish on this stock, but we are again expecting that pullback as the RSI is up in that overbought zone. Next up on the list is going to be ARAY. So another one that we're keeping on from last week's watch list. Like PTX, we saw a bullish chart with an exceptionally high short float and wanted to see it start to squeeze. But unlike PTX, the short float here actually dropped as you would expect. So now we went from around 22-23% to just under 20% as people started to cover into this squeeze here. So this area up here around $9 is definitely our next task to tackle as far as resistance goes. And if we start to see any type of pullback, which would be normal as the RSI is well overbought, you're going to want to see this area right around in here start to act as support around your 850s to 840. So if we do see that pullback, you're going to want to see it hold above that 840, 850 range. If we manage to continue to ramp up higher, then our next area to fight through is going to be this little zone right here between 930, 960. That area, that range is going to be tough to break out to. So if we manage to get above this $9 area, this is going to be our next obstacle to tackle before we could start pushing out to new highs. Next up on the list is OCLR. So great play right here. Pretty simple play, one that worked out perfectly from last week's watch list. And we had a simple plan. Come off the bottom of this trend channel and run right to the top of that trend channel. It was a great risk to reward. Buying in on Monday, you're buying between 150, 155 with your stop at a previous low, which was here around 145. So you have a 5 to 10% or 5 or 10 cent risk with a reward from 25 to 30 cents as we get up to this 170, 180, 175, 180 area, which was our target. So if you were able to minimize your risk to that 5 cent area, getting in around 150 early in the day, then you had a 5 to 1 or 6 to 1 reward versus risk ratio on this. So really good setup, a simple play, a low cost stock, and these kind of setups are great for building smaller accounts, and it worked out perfect right here. So Monday we'll test that 200-day period moving average and see if we push higher, or it's time to back off and take profits from the entry down here around 150, 155. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for all the stocks that we are carrying over from last week. So we're going to get into the new stocks that we're adding onto the watch list for this week. Next up on the list is going to be SNR. So this is a stock that doesn't have too much data, so maybe it just uplisted recently or something like that. But basically what you can see is right off the uplisting, you had this downtrend where everything just kind of sold off and started to settle into its new price. And after settling on this bottom, you could see that we started to put in some higher lows as we continued grinding higher, trying to reclaim some of this second big sell-off right here. So what we want to see is a reversal on the bottom of this uptrend line here. So right around 1660, 1650, we want to see this thing start to reverse out and make its way back up to this 1727 area. And once we can show some strength above that 1727 area, our next target or area of resistance will be up here at 1774. So if we get a position down here off of a green day that starts showing strength and we're buying in at 1670 or so, you got a nice risk to reward set up here as well, as your lows over here at 1650 will give you a nice place to put your stop. So you'll be at about a 20-cent risk versus almost $1 reward if we do manage to get back up to this 1770 area. So another one, not necessarily to buy on Monday. Watch, see how Monday reacts. May get another red day. Want to see it come down, test this uptrend line, and start to show some strength. Next up is RDC. So this one here looks like it's set up to come off previous lows. As you can see, we came up, tested this area of resistance, came down to put in a higher low, came back up, tested resistance again, and had a pretty big pullback all the way back down to that uptrend line. So this thing likes to gain momentum and run for, a week or two back up to this 24.25 area, 24.20 to 25.20 area. And that's what we want to see. We got a nice reversal candle here coming down off the uptrend. Nice volume bar, plenty of shares, plenty of liquid going into this here, and we want to see it reversed and start trading back up to this 24.20 area to start, with our risk at the lows over here around $20. So another good opportunity we have to come off the bottom of this thing and work our way back up to this resistance area up here. And last up on the list for this week is PMC. Just another one that, again, nice uptrend. It's putting in higher lows, and that's what we want to see. We've got obvious resistance here at 24.75, and I like the close above 24.75. The RSI is not overbought yet, so we can look for this thing to push to that overbought level as we test our 200-day simple moving average here and look to push this thing higher, maybe get another 2 or 3 days up into this range and break into new highs on this uptrend. Once we start pulling back, we're going to look for this 24.75 area to act as support and come down and see if we can't get a nice bounce off the uptrend for a next break higher. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos. Also, check out the website eatsleeptrade.net. From there, you can follow me on Twitter, stay up to date on all the stocks that we're watching and trading, and check out the forums as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.